Welcome back to Elderly Smiles. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and click the bell icon to stay updated. Let's begin the discussion.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be taking a look at how the stuff in your bedroom might be affecting your good luck and your prosperity.
Yeah.
And this is all based on Buddhist teachings.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area. You know, a lot of people think of Buddhism as being very spiritual and kind of removed from everyday life. But actually, it has a lot of really practical advice on how to live a happier and more fulfilling life.
So we're going on like a bedroom cleanse.
Exactly. A bedroom cleanse for energy.
Not for dust bunnies, but for like energy vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Energy vampires. So we're going to be talking about 9 things that you might want to consider removing from your bedroom to help create a more positive and abundant energy flow.
All right, so let's get into it. The first one that I actually found kind of surprising was expired food and snacks.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, right? Expired food is symbolic of stagnation and waste. It's like holding on to the past instead of embracing the present moment.
And it's also like saying to the universe, like, I don't value what I already have.
Exactly. And you know, who wants to attract pests with old snacks?
Nobody. Especially as we get older, having a peaceful and organized space becomes even more important.
Absolutely. Clutter and chaos can really weigh us down. It's like having all this unfinished business hanging over our heads.
Okay, so what about shoes under the bed? I have to admit, I'm guilty of this one.
Yeah, well, shoes are meant for walking away, right? So keeping them under your bed can symbolize walking away from opportunities and wealth.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Plus, shoes carry dirt and energy from the outside world. It's best to leave that at the door, not where you sleep and recharge.
So get a shoe rack.
Exactly. A shoe rack or a designated spot for your shoes outside the bedroom.
Okay, so what about unused gifts? The ones we feel bad getting rid of, but we never actually use.
Yeah, this can be tricky because they often come with good intentions, but they can end up representing unfulfilled obligations and attachments to the past.
It's like holding on to something that's no longer serving you.
Exactly. And letting go can be so liberating, especially as we get older. We have the opportunity to simplify our lives and make space for new experiences.
Love that. Okay, what about something we all know we should be better about, dirty laundry?
Ah, yes. The dreaded laundry pile. It's more than just a chore. It's a symbol of unresolved issues, chaos, even a lack of self-care.
So it's like we're carrying around all this baggage.
Exactly. And a clean and organized space can help us feel lighter, more in control. And, as we age, a clutter-free environment can actually improve cognitive function and reduce stress.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we've covered expired food, shoes under the bed, unused gifts, dirty laundry. What about broken or damaged items?
Broken items can emit a kind of energy of stagnation and failure. It's like they're constantly reminding us that things aren't working or are incomplete, and that can affect our outlook on everything, even our finances.
Yeah, it's like looking at a broken clock and feeling like you're stuck in time.
Exactly, and broken items tend to attract dust and decay, which just amplifies that feeling of neglect.
Speaking of clocks, what about those that don't work? I have a drawer full of old watches that have stopped ticking.
Well, a stopped clock represents a disruption in the natural flow of time. It can make us feel like we're not moving forward in life.
So it's not just about being punctual. It's about the symbolism of time moving forward and things progressing.
Exactly. And that can affect all areas of our lives, including our prosperity.
Okay, so we've got expired food, shoes under the bed, unused gifts, dirty laundry, broken items, non-working clocks. What else is lurking in our bedrooms that we need to be aware of?
Well, how about expired medicines?
Expired medicine. Oh yeah, I'm sure we all have a few of those hiding in the back of our medicine cabinet.
It's easy to forget about them, but they represent unresolved health concerns and a neglect towards our well-being. It's like we're holding on to past ailments instead of embracing good health in the present.
So out with the old and in with the new.
Exactly. It's a symbolic act of prioritizing our health and making space for healing energy.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've got expired food, shoes under the bed, unused gifts, dirty laundry, broken items, stopped clocks, expired medicine. Is there anything else?
Well, believe it or not, our wallets or purses, especially when they're stuffed with old receipts.
I mean, my wallet. What's wrong with my wallet?
Well, your wallet is a symbol of your financial energy, right?
Right.
And when it's overflowing with clutter, it represents being stuck in the past, dwelling on old expenses, and potentially even feeling stressed about money.
So it's not about being a neat freak. It's about being mindful of our financial energy.
Exactly. It's about shifting our focus from past spending to future abundance.
Okay. I'm definitely guilty of having a cluttered wallet, so I'm going to have to work on that one. What's the last thing on the list?
This one might be the most challenging for many people. Electronic devices.
Hold on. You're saying I shouldn't have my phone charging on my nightstand?
Ideally, no electronic devices emit energy that can disrupt our sleep and prevent us from fully relaxing and recharging.
Yeah, I've heard about that blue light thing.
Exactly. And that constant connection to the outside world can prevent us from being fully present and mindful, which is essential for attracting abundance.
So it's like we're bringing the outside world into our sanctuary.
Precisely. The bedroom should be a haven, a place where we can disconnect from the stresses of daily life and recharge our batteries.
I see your point. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Expired food, shoes under the bed, unused gifts, dirty laundry, broken items, stopped clocks, expired medicine, cluttered wallets, and electronic devices. That's quite a list.
It is, but remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being mindful of the energy we surround ourselves with. Even small changes can make a big difference.
Well, I'm definitely feeling inspired to make some changes in my bedroom, and I hope our listeners are too. We'll continue our deep dive into this topic in just a moment, so stay tuned.
It's all about taking responsibility for our own energy, right? And it's not about blaming external factors, but recognizing how our choices and our surroundings can influence us.
Yeah, for sure. It's super empowering because instead of feeling like a victim, we can actively create a space that supports our goals and dreams.
Exactly. And it's not about superstition. It's about the deeper meaning behind these objects and how they reflect our inner state.
Okay, so let's get back to those 9 things. We talked about how expired food symbolizes stagnation, but what actions can our listeners take to shift that energy?
Well, it's actually simpler than you might think. Just make an effort to check expiration dates and toss out anything that's past its prime.
Right, so just being more mindful of what we're keeping around.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also a good time to think about, your consumption habits. Are you buying more than you need? Are you wasting food?
Good point. So it's about being mindful of what we bring in, too.
Absolutely. And when you do clear out those expired items, maybe take a moment to, be grateful for the nourishment they provided.
I love that. So we've cleared out the expired food. What about those shoes under the bed? Where should we put them?
Ideally, shoes should be kept outside the bedroom completely, but if that's just not possible, designate an area for them, like a shoe rack or a closet shelf,
So the key is to keep them organized and to be mindful of what those shoes represent, right? Like stepping out into the world, exploring opportunities.
Exactly. Keep that energy flowing outward, not under your bed.
Now let's talk about unused gifts. This can be tough because we don't want to seem ungrateful.
Yeah, it can be tough, especially if they're from loved ones who are no longer with us. Those items can have a lot of sentimental value.
For sure. And it's so important to honor those feelings. Like if an item makes you happy or connects you to a special memory, by all means, keep it. But if it's just collecting dust and causing you guilt or obligation, it might be time to let it go.
That's a really helpful way to look at it. How would you suggest approaching that process, though?
Just be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, does this item serve me in any way? And if the answer is no, consider donating it to a charity.
Right, where it can be appreciated by someone else. Exactly. Or if it's something you can't get rid of but don't use, find a way to store it respectfully, like a memory box.
Great tip. So it's all about balance, honoring the past, but creating space for the present.
Exactly. Now, something a little less sentimental, laundry. What do you think? Any takeaways for our listeners?
I think it's about order and cleanliness, not just for looks, but for our mental well-being.
You got it. A huge pile of laundry can feel like chaos and overwhelm. Especially as we get older, keeping up with laundry can be tough.
Yeah, any tips for making laundry less overwhelming?
Break it down into smaller tasks, like maybe a load every other day instead of a huge pile at the end of the week.
It's a good idea. Or even asking for help if you need it.
Absolutely. There are even laundry services if you need to take a break.
That's true. Now, on to broken or damaged items. We talked about how they represent stagnation, but what's the best way to deal with this?
First, take a look around your bedroom and really see what's broken, chipped, or damaged. Then decide if it can be fixed.
Because sometimes a little fix can make a big difference.
Yeah, it can restore an item's energy and usefulness, but if it can't be repaired,
then it's time to let it go.
Exactly. Don't hold on to things that aren't serving you. It's about making space for new and better things.
Right. It's like saying, I deserve things that work, that are whole and complete.
Exactly. And remember, letting go of stuff can also represent letting go of emotional baggage or negative thoughts.
That's powerful. Okay, up next, non-working clocks. We talk about them disrupting the flow of time, so what can our listeners do?
Make sure all the clocks in your bedroom are accurate and working. Replace the batteries, get them repaired, or if they're beyond saving, let them go.
It's about aligning ourselves with the flow of time, not being obsessed with it.
Exactly. Speaking of alignment, let's talk about wallets and purses.
Oh, this one really got to me. I have some work to do.
It's a chance to not just organize your wallet, but to, think about your relationship with money.
How can our listeners declutter their financial clutter?
Just start by emptying your wallet completely. Go through each receipt, card, and every piece of paper. Toss what you don't need and organize what's left.
Maybe even add something that represents abundance or prosperity.
That's a great idea, like a lucky coin, a positive affirmation, or a picture of something that inspires you. It's about filling your wallet with good energy.
Love it. Okay, we've covered so much. What's the last piece of the puzzle when it comes to a bedroom that supports prosperity?
This one might be the toughest, but it can also be the most rewarding. Creating a tech-free zone.
You mean no phones in the bedroom?
Ideally, yes. The bedroom should be a place for rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. But electronic devices, with all their notifications and blue light, disrupt that natural rhythm.
I know it'll be hard, but I'm willing to try. Any tips?
Set boundaries. Create a charging station outside the bedroom, turn off notifications at night, get an old-fashioned alarm clock, and most importantly, be patient.
This has been so insightful. I'm feeling really inspired to make some changes to my bedroom. What final advice would you give to our listeners who are starting this journey of creating a more abundant space?
Approach it with curiosity and have fun. Don't get caught up in rules or trying to be perfect. Just start small and see how it feels.
Such a great reminder. It's about conscious choices that support our well-being, creating a space that feels good, like a sanctuary.
Exactly. It's about cultivating peace, clarity, and intention, and that can really help prosperity and abundance flourish.
This deep dive has given me a whole new way of looking at my bedroom and how it can help me achieve my goals.
It's been a pleasure sharing these ideas with you, and I hope everyone listening feels empowered to make some positive changes in their lives.
We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up, so stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to totally redo my bedroom.
Yeah, it's really amazing how just thinking about the energy of your space can make you want to make changes, huh?
Definitely. We've talked about so much today. From expired food to our phones, it's wild.
It's all about shifting our perspective, right?
Yeah.
And realizing that our stuff can either support us or drain us.
Before we go, let's do a quick review of those 9 things we can clear out of our rooms to boost our prosperity.
Okay, ready? Number 1, expired food and snacks. Remember, it's about letting go of old energy and being present.
Number 2, shoes under the bed. Let's keep that energy flowing out into the world, not stuck under the bed.
Number 3, unused gifts. If they're not bringing you joy or serving a purpose, release them.
Number 4, dirty laundry. Let's make our space clean and organized for our mental well-being.
Number 5, broken things. If they can't be fixed, let them go. Make space for new and better things.
Number 6, non-working clocks. Let's make sure they're accurate. It's a way of aligning ourselves with time, right?
Exactly. Number 7, expired medicines. Get rid of them. It's a symbol of taking care of ourselves.
Number 8, our wallets. Time to declutter and bring in some positive financial energy.
And last but not least, number 9, electronic devices. This one's tough, but it can make such a difference to create a peaceful, tech-free bedroom.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. But it's not about being perfect, right?
Nope. Start with one small change that feels right for you.
I think that's so important to remember. This is about creating a bedroom that supports our well-being, a space that feels good.
Exactly. It's about bringing more peace and clarity into our lives, and that can make a huge difference in how we experience abundance and prosperity.
This has been so insightful. I am excited to start making some changes in my own bedroom. How are you?
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure sharing these ideas with you, and I hope everyone listening is inspired to make some positive changes too.
So here's a question for everyone. What one small change will you make in your bedroom today?
Think about what resonated with you most. Maybe it's clearing out that junk drawer or finally organizing your shoes.
We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences with us on social media. Until next time, take care and sweet dreams.